So we've got this 150 to scan, and then maybe we might have a drink or two tonight. Welcome back. Today we've left Northumberland. We've come to meet with a friend of the channel, and we are very far from home. We're on North Uist in the Outer Hebrides, off the west coast of Scotland. Specifically, we're on an uninhabited tidal island off of North Uist, and this is the winter home of the famous Ardbhan Highland cattle. This herd, or fold as it would be for Highland cattle, is no stranger to the cameras or the press, and so I've attached some links in the video description to articles about the fold. I'm tagging along with Ryan Maclean, a shearer and a scanner, who has kindly invited me to, amongst other things, compare notes on scanning cattle. First of all though, we have to actually get the cows and calves in. I'm surprised how cooperative they are for Highlands. There's certainly no rushing them. They have to go at their own pace. When an errant calf goes wandering, a good dog demonstrates how useful he is, and you can see how having plenty of hands helps the job. This is a case of guiding the cows in. As I say, they go at their own pace, and they let you know when you're pushing them, just like that. We do look after a few herds of Highland cattle down in Northumberland. It is great, however, to see them here in their natural or traditional environment, performing in these quite harsh habitats and doing a job. You can see the majority of the calves are pure Highlands. However, the red and blue Roni types are shorthorn crosses. By all accounts, it seems to be a cross that works well. First order of business is scanning a handful for another pair of crofters who share the grazing. Crofting is a very traditional form of agriculture, and the Highlands and Islands are now the only place I am aware of that you can find this in the UK. I'm certainly no expert, so I will put a bit more information about crofting in the video description. Anyhow, they get a good set of results, including a set of twins. These cattle are then loaded up, and the Ardbhan heifers are collected from the other side of the island. Here you can just about see some of that unique maca ground, that greener area, a really unique pasture and habitat that only occurs here or on the west coast of Ireland. Maca, to you and me, is a fertile, low-lying grassy plain formed from the lime-rich shell sand. So that's the heifers in. Ryan's just getting geared up. And we're here, if I hadn't said already, at Ardbhan, Ryan? Ardbhan Highlands. We reckon it's the biggest fold in Europe, one of the biggest in the world. And yeah, it's about 150 to scan. Ryan's going to do the bulk of them because they're his clients.
and I'll just try and stay out of the way, not get gored. But they seem quiet enough, and we'll see what sort of footage we can get. It looks like the lads are fluking them and bolusing them at the same time, so we'll get a bit of that sort of footage as well.
You're not wanting dates then, carry on?
No.
No.
What should the date be? When did the bull go in?
We do have a white bread bull as well.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
All right.
That's where the blue grades come from. And the
We don't really have any big height, like so you got a few.
we did, because we...
I thought they went in the exact same day as the cows, but
No,
I think
then
they
we
were...
put them in a wee bit later.
Yeah.
Nice, watch your back.
I think they're fine.
They're much more robust cows.
I think with the lings there's two.
If there's anything worth knowing, I'll tell you.
Thank you very much.
What about the colour? Can you tell us?
Yeah.
I'm working on that. Like, gradual progression. I can do the sex now. Colours next.
So, friend of the channel, Ryan Maclean.
Yeah.
Highland Agri Contracting. That's the term. That's the name of the firm, isn't it?
Highland Agriculture.
So tell everyone a little bit about what you do.
Well, do shearing and cattle and sheep scanning.
Right, and shearing sort of your first love, if you like.
Yeah,
Then-
definitely. And sort of, there's a good entry to scanning as well because you meet a lot of people and you're in different farms and
Yeah. So what sort of area do you cover?
Cover from Campbelltown all the way up to Durness, so it's the
It's a
whole
fair
of the west
patch.
coast. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then- so I cover Inverness-shire, as far down as sort of Perthshire. So yeah, all of the sort of north.
So you do sheep shearing, sheep scanning, cattle scanning, and you've got your own 100 sheep, and you help your dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're a busy man.
It's a busy year. Yeah.
Exactly. But better than twiddling your thumbs.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Good stuff.
Sleep when you're dead.
As you can see, the cows aren't just being PD'd, that is checking if they are pregnant or not. They are also getting a mineral bolus, a flukicide, that's a product that kills liver fluke, and a spot on to kill ectoparasites. That would be similar to some products you might use on your dog. I must admit, when Ryan said they would be done one by one through the race, I did think it would take forever. But I was pleasantly surprised to be proven wrong. The cattle moved very freely through the race and are very docile. It's probably helped by the familiarity of the cows with this handling system. There's nothing new about it. They will have been through time and time again. Alistair in the blue top makes sure that the animal in front stands with its rear end to the left. So every cow that comes behind stands with its head to the right. It's something like a herringbone parlour. Honestly, I haven't seen many smoother setups than this. The horns, which would usually end up getting in the way, become very useful handles. Indeed, you couldn't treat them half as easily or quickly without them. The race is loaded up, treated, emptied and repeated. Of course, a key advantage here is the number of people helping. This is certainly not a one-person job, but to me at least, that is a hallmark of farming and crofting in particular, stepping in to help neighbours on a big day when they need it.
good too, because like, you know, you look at it and like it's not like a flash setup mount that works
Nah.
absolutely perfectly.
Like, and so they're outwintered over here. Is that the
Yeah.
like compared to putting them in a shed and bedding them and feeding them and. You putting up the nose, Alistair?
Better up the nose, isn't it?
I think I missed that lecture at vet school. Intranasal flucicide. Oh.
This island might look fairly desolate to many of us, but it is a fantastic winter home for these cows. Cows in the UK generally do much better outside in the winter, even in relatively harsh climates. We house them in general to protect the ground, to protect it becoming too churned up, too muddy in our mild and wet winters. The sandy ground here is lovely and free draining, and to meet any shortcomings in the grass, the cows are provided with bales of whole crop silage. This island wasn't always uninhabited. I'm told it once housed 60 people, and that this once grand mansion belonged to the archaeologist Erskine Beveridge. Remarkably, when this house was built at the turn of the 20th century, it had running water and a generator for electricity. That would have been a novelty on lots of mainland Britain, let alone on the edge of the Hebrides. He must have also been a keen gardener, as supposedly he brought the soil for his garden all the way from Ireland. The man must have liked growing his own spuds.
Two Johnnies on.
Right,
A double glove for it.
cheers. $105?
Yeah,
Something like that?
that's what I'd have gone for. I'd have gone 105.
Something like that. You know, it's not dissimilar to that last one. Oh, sorry.
This is a good one, this is a small one.
There we go. No, sorry, reading the wrong bit.
Now, in the typical well-prepared fashion, towards the end of the day, my mic ran out of juice. So, for the outro, you'll just have to work out what I'm saying. I really hope you enjoyed that video. I certainly enjoyed filming and making it. If you did, give the video a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and if you want to see more like this, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It was certainly a good set of pregnancy results for Ardbhan. I wanted to say it here as well. A massive thanks to both Ryan for letting me tag along and everyone at Ardbhan, Carrie-Anne, Fraser, Angus and everyone else on the day who made me feel so welcome. Plus a special shout out to Alistair for putting me up. Safe to say we had a can attendance that night, maybe even 2 or 3, however many it was. It certainly gave me something to think about on the ferry and subsequent 8-hour drive home. Until next time.